Learning How to Learn, a ProQuickly podcast by Andy Miles. Acquiring software development skills for most people is not easy. The challenge with learning software development is that the obvious or naturally intuitive route for learning is, in my experience, ineffective. Let's look at some of the reasons why this is and how you can learn effectively. Most courses, and courses at all levels, concentrate on learning the language's syntax. They explain how to write the Python code, how to name variables, how to use loops, and so on. Now, you definitely need some of this knowledge to get started. And maybe if you are learning software development for its own sake, say, as a hobby, then concentrating on syntax may be worthwhile. But software development is really just a tool that helps to get other work done. The process of developing software is a cost. Reflect on this. It takes time and money to complete software. It is tempting to want to celebrate when your software application development efforts are complete. But really, this is premature, because all you have done up to this point is incur cost. You have spent money with so far no return on that investment. But all that changes when your software is being used by someone. Then you may, but only may, be contributing some form of benefit and value from your efforts. So what is the message here? I'll explain. Software is hopefully valuable when it's being used. So when building software, you must focus on getting a product into use as quickly as possible. The aim is to deliver something that is only just good enough to work, and in the shortest time possible. Once delivered, your results can be used, and you will find out if the costs you incurred were worth it. And then you can either enhance what you have built, or forget it and start again. Yes, you may need to start again. And this is okay, because you have invested the minimum time building something that can work, but only just. So any waste is minimal. This is so much better than trying to build a perfect and complete system that may not be of any use. Now, I recommend you really think about what we have covered so far in this podcast before we get back to the topic at hand, learning. Press pause if you wish to reflect and come back here when done. Hopefully, what you have learned so far makes it clear that you should focus on learning how to deliver value. The syntax of the Python code you write may not be perfect or even good, but if it works, that's great. To reiterate, learning needs to focus on understanding how to deliver value with software. And sure, yes, you need to know some syntax, but only just enough to be able to build something that works. Learning syntax nowadays is the easy part. Large language models like ChatGPT and books such as the really excellent Python Crash Course can really help with that. The difficult and most important part is learning the balance between good enough and too good, and learning how to build software in such a way that you can focus on what really matters, delivering value. Now, this is not to say that you should build poor quality solutions, but what it does say is that a poor quality solution which delivers some value is much better than a perfectly crafted solution that doesn't. And this point is essential when learning how to learn. So, learning how to learn goes something like this. Step 1, learn some basic Python syntax. Step 2, build a simple but real application. Step 3, have someone use it and get feedback. Step 4, learn how to incorporate the feedback by adjusting and adapting. In reality, this is an iterative process. Step 1, Step 2, Step 3, Step 4, repeat. And some of the steps, on some occasions, may happen in parallel with each other. Learning how to do this is learning how to learn Python. And this is where I help. I have a deep understanding of this approach. I have been using it actively for decades in my career. You should expect this from a tutor. There are better, more cost-effective ways if you just want to learn Python syntax, although of course I teach that too, but in the context of delivering value. To summarize, effective Python learning comes from 1. Avoiding obsession with syntax and programming as means to their own end. 2. Focusing on delivering value quickly and eliminating waste. 3. Recognizing that learning is continuous and requires time. 4. Keeping things simple and avoiding attempts to find perfection. I encourage you to listen to this podcast several times and really think about the content and what it means to you. I also encourage you to challenge what you have learned here if you don't think it is useful. But most of all, I encourage you to allow the principles described here to influence your thinking about learning and using tools to develop software. because this stuff really works. To learn more, visit ProQuickly.com and book a free initial appointment. We can then discuss how this may be relevant for you. Thanks for listening to this podcast. I hope it is useful to you.